All right, on this one, we're going to be doing our moon with our cool colors. On our sun, we used our warm colors, which were red, orange, and yellow. This time, we're going to use our cool colors for nighttime. So I'm going to use my same circle. And this time I'm using markers. Crayons are fine. But I'm going to go ahead and draw with markers this time. And this time, I'm going to draw closed eyes. So just half the eye. And I'm going to go ahead and give him a nice, happy, sleeping face. And I'll go around the circle for his moon and give him some circle cheeks. And I'm going to show you a trick you can do if you're using markers. And it also works over crayon. So I don't want to use it on the face. I want to leave his face alone. But we're going to use lines like we did on the last project. I'm going to go across with straight lines and pretend I'm going straight through the moon. And this time I'm going to put my lines in here, but it's going to make a pattern. So I'm going to use zigzags. But when I go across and I use all kinds of zigzags, it's different from just drawing lines like it was on the rays of the sun. It looks different and it's more interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and go across with some green here. And then I'm going to go back to my blue. And I'm going to show you a trick that you can do so that if you have markers, this works pretty great. If you don't worry about it. But it's kind of a fun trick that we use instead of paint. I'm just going to use a plain brush with plain water. Q-tips are also great. And as I go across here with some water, I don't want to touch my moon, but it's turning into some spreadable color, some spreadable paint. Don't want to use too much water. And once I've got it wet, I want to leave this alone. So before I use my brush, I'm going to be totally happy with what my stripes looks like. And then use very, very, very little water. And then I'm going to go to my next section. I can start at the bottom, I can start at the top, but I don't want to hit my moon. And then I'll put in a different kind of line and go across there. And so on here, I added the purple line across and the purple line across here. And I filled in, I've got some dots up here. Started to talk about making lines with dots. I'll make sure I'm not going to add anything else to it because if it's wet, I got to let it dry. And if you add lots more water and you've got thin paper, thick paper is always better. But if you have thin paper and then you try to add more to it, you could rip it. And so you might want to get more, careful with your water. But I'm just going to blend it in to make my lines softer. Then I'm going to keep on going and add some more lines on the top and the bottom.